Have you ever felt like someone was watching you, even when you were completely alone in the woods? That strange shiver down your spine. The feeling that you are not as alone as you think? Tonight, we're diving into one of the most chilling encounters ever told about the legendary creature known as Bigfoot. The story begins deep in the forests of the Pacific Northwest. A man named Daniel, an experienced hiker, had set out for a weekend trip into the wild. He wasn't new to the outdoors. He had camped in these woods many times before. But this time, something was different. As night began to fall, Daniel set up his tent near a small clearing. The forest around him was alive with sounds, the wind whistling through the trees, crickets chirping, and the occasional call of an owl. But just as he was finishing his campfire dinner, the forest grew silent, completely silent. Now, anyone who spends time outdoors knows that when the forest goes quiet, it usually means a predator is near. Daniel froze, listening. His eyes scanned the tree-line, but he saw nothing. That's when he heard it. The sound of heavy footsteps. Not the quick scamper of a deer. Not the padding of a bear. These footsteps were deliberate and heavy. He shined his flashlight toward the noise, but the beam only revealed endless rows of trees. And then he saw them. Two glowing eyes reflecting back at him from the darkness. The figure was massive, standing just at the edge of the light. Broad shoulders, towering height, and covered in dark, shaggy hair. Daniel's heart raced. He knew what he was looking at. Bigfoot. The creature didn't move closer, but it also didn't retreat. It simply stood there, watching. The silence between them was deafening. Daniel slowly backed toward his tent, but the sound of branches snapping told him the creature was circling. That night, Daniel barely slept. He heard grunts, deep breathing, and heavy movement around his campsite. At one point, something enormous brushed against his tent, shaking it violently. He wanted to scream, but fear kept him frozen. And just as suddenly as it began, the noises stopped. When morning came, Daniel stepped outside, praying it had all been a bad dream. But in the soft dirt around his tent were massive footprints. Each one was nearly twice the size of his boot, pressed deep into the ground. They led from the tree-line, circled his campsite, and vanished back into the woods. Daniel packed his gear and left immediately. He didn't tell anyone at first, afraid people would call him crazy. But weeks later, he returned with a friend. And sure enough, they both heard the same chilling screams echoing through the forest at night. So what exactly did Daniel encounter that night? Was it truly the legendary Bigfoot, silently stalking him from the shadows? Or was it something else? A creature science has yet to explain? Many people dismiss these stories as imagination, but thousands of sightings across the world tell us otherwise. The footprints, the howls, the glowing eyes, they can't all be lies. And here's the question for you. If you were in Daniel's place, alone in the woods, face to face with a towering shadow, what would you do? Would you stand your ground or run for your life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who knows, you might just have your own story to share. Because out there, beyond the campfire light, something is watching. Something big. Something we still don't fully understand.